What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, have you ever told yourself something that was a lie? Think about it. Like, you procrastinate. You say, you know what, today I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to work 13 hours. I said about medical school, I'm going to study 13 hours a day. I'm going to study 14 hours a day. Then I get on the phone, talk to my mom. Anyways, I end up not doing anything that I said I was going to do that day. In other words, I lied to myself. This is what I did. And the reality was that I wasn't being productive as I was lying to myself to be, which is all my fault. Many of us as humans, we have this problem. We go out here, we lie, we tell ourselves things to make us feel good about ourselves, but at the same time, we're lying. Here is the issue with Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai is a very successful woman, but unfortunately, despite her success, she has been dumped twice in the last, I would say, 5 years. Divorced by a white man, divorced by a black man, and still can't really make light of why she don't have anybody. Why? She doesn't know. She doesn't know. And instead of really looking at what is the issue, the first thing you'll hear women say, I've talked about this, they want to focus on healing. This is what it is. And healing without having any kind of self-reflection of what actually has transpired. We've talked about this many times, okay? Now, obviously, she got divorced twice. She's admitted she has an attitude problem. She has an anger problem. She's disrespected the old husband before. She was disrespecting Jeezy for sure because that is why he left her. She wanted him to come back. He said, no, I don't want to come back to you. So what does she say? I've learned to teach myself healthy love. Listen to this. This quote, okay, that she gives is listening to myself, feeling my feelings, allowing myself to be vulnerable because that is my strength. It's my superpower in really understanding that as long as I'm growing, I'm on the right path. If I love me the right way and the healthy way, I'll not only know what healthy love looks like around me, but I'll also know how to pour healthy love into the person that matters most in my life, which is my daughter. Go figure. And this is what a lot of ladies tell themselves. Unfortunately, and of course, the delusion can get more and more and more as you go along. The reality is this, guys. This lady hasn't learned. And the more she keeps talking about this, the more we keep seeing why Jeezy has no intention on dealing with her. As much as he may care for her or love her or whatever, he can't do anything with her. And the reason why he can't, because she's just not making much sense. She's not making sense, all right? This doesn't make any sense, period, at all. Doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Because it just doesn't. That's the whole point, guys. It doesn't make sense. When you can't give somebody what they want in a relationship, and if your answer is, you know what, I need to focus more on my self-love, love me more. Well, let me just think about this. Isn't that the problem you've had in the beginning? Like, you loved yourself so much, you can't compromise to what the man is asking you. And this is what a lot of men are struggling with, okay? You know, let's look at this post. Sometimes you take a break and disconnect and heal, but you're gonna go back to the same habits. The reality is this, you wanna love yourself more, okay? That's the problem. I need to love myself more in the healthy way, so I know what healthy love looks like around me. That's the problem, guys. You know what? I'm not loving myself the most. Just think of a guy who has a problem and every girlfriend he gets leaves him. And what if he says, you know what? These women out here, right? I know what the problem is. What I need to do is somehow figure out how to love myself the right way. That's just what it is, guys. I mean, silly me. I didn't know this. This is what I needed to do. I needed to love myself the right way. And that's my problem. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I needed to love myself the right way the whole entire time. That's what it is. You know, I didn't love myself the right way. So, you know, let me love myself more. Then when I meet these girls, I can actually figure out why they keep leaving me for somewhere else. Because that's what makes sense. That's what makes light of it. That makes perfect sense, right? In a perfect world, that's what makes sense. It sounds so ridiculous to think like that. It's another way of saying I don't even want to look in my own problems. you know? Because it goes back to, let me love my daughter more, let me love myself more. And a guy that's really listening to this is like, oh my gosh, he just doesn't get it. And I'm sorry, when a lot of guys hear women talk like this, it's like, okay, but you want to be in a relationship with who, like yourself? Like, black men go through this so much. I'm pretty sure all American men do, but black men in general, like, they're like, wait, so why do you want me there? You want to focus on loving you. And I know you're just saying that you have no real intention on loving me. You want to, like, here's the ideal situation that I think is going on here. Women want to love more on themselves while a guy is loving on them also and just focusing on them and making everything about what they want. I mean, that's the whole thing about this whole Cheesecake Factory video. That's what everybody's talking about. Like, you want to be loved on all day. And when it doesn't work out, it's not anybody else's real fault. It's their fault, not your fault. Because you want to be loved on. You want to love your children more, focus on loving you more, but you want a relationship. And then you wonder why, like, guys don't want to court you. Let me give you an example, ladies, if you're listening to me, and guys. Let's say, for example, I'm a brand, right? I'm a big brand. You have an event. You want me to sponsor your event. I'm the big brand. You're calling me like, hey, I want you to sponsor my event. It's a golf event. I need $20,000 because I'm focusing on our event. We feel like you should give us the money. We need that money, by the way. I mean, in case you didn't know, we really need that money. Okay, let's stop there. You have not once considered what this brand needs from you at all. You have not considered it. You have not even talked about it. You have not even thought about what the brand needs. What are their needs? So what happens when you have the attitude, even if they give you the money once, you end up getting dropped. And then what do you see a lot of celebrities or influencers doing? They go from brand deal to brand deal to brand, keep getting dropped because they're never giving any value for what they are. So because you don't feel like you're the problem. I know one guy who has like 10 or 11 years of history of doing this. You know, the guy had a really big opportunity in the fashion industry. I won't call his name. Beautiful fashion show. Can't do the fashion show anymore. Can't get any sponsorship. Why? Because he can't give brands any value. He continues to get dustier and dustier each day, all the time. This is a fact, all right? It happens all the time. Not some of the time. It happens all the time. This is what happens. This is what goes down. And I mean, you really can't make a light of it, to be honest, but this is what happens. And then you sit back and then you wonder why nobody takes you that serious. I can tell you right now why they don't. Because your thinking is you're telling yourself everything to make yourself feel good when it doesn't make any sense. Let's read it again. If I love me the right way and the healthy way, I'll not only know what healthy love looks like around me, but this is another way for you to say, well, you know what? If I just love myself more, I don't know how to not keep getting dumped. That's silly. Your own vantage point is what's got you in the problem. Your own thinking is the reason why you can't keep anybody. So what do you keep doing? Let me go back and think some more for myself and be delusional and find a method that, you know, pretty much fits my confirmation bias to completely being terrible. And this is why a lot of guys are like, look, you know what? We don't want any relationships with these ladies, man. This is not cool. Like, I'm having a big issue being in relationships with them. So I don't want to do it. This is why men are going elsewhere. We have tried to tell ladies this stuff. We have tried to really, I'm just being honest here. All right. So guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Reach far, you deserve the bell. We're out.